Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Welcome to Demetria Reads, where I have fun putting my voice to the written word to entertain you, inform you, and empower you. My name is Demetria Bridges, and I'm a Beantown girl who loves the power of her blueprint sound. And on this podcast, I narrate blogs, articles, poems, novel excerpts, anything that arrests my attention and moves me to pull out my vocal palette and start to paint. I'd love for you to subscribe, write a review, and of course, spread the word. Okay, let's get to today's inspiration. Many of us grow up in family systems and cultures where our paths are sort of set out for us. Our parents sort of have destinies for us and thoughts of what we could do with our lives, and we're sort of put on that path to go and discover it. But what happens when we grow up and we don't want to do what our parents want us to do, or we don't want to stay within those safe guidelines that our parents put before us to protect us out of love? But many times those protective love lines are really barriers, and they prevent us from being our best selves. And sometimes being your best self means that I have to try without any guarantees. I have to fly without a net. And so the author today shares some of those frustrations that she had growing up in a family where there was a lot of barriers. You know, her family loved her and didn't want her to fail, but their love really was hindering her and not really pushing her to really try and be her best. And so she had to unlearn a lot of things that her family had put in her. So I hope you enjoy today's selection, and I hope it causes you to reflect on how you've allowed your family to stop you and hinder you, and what you can do to break out of the box, because you're never too old to break out of the cycle. Enjoy. I am learning to unlearn what society has taught me, by Mai Pham. I have many teachers in my life. In fact, way too many. My parents teach me things they think are the best for me. My school teachers taught me things in the textbooks and sometimes things from their experience. Every person that passes my life also teaches me a thing or two. Yes, it could be a blessing to have chances to learn from so many people, but it could be a curse. Indeed, it is a curse more than a blessing. Why? People are protective. They teach me things to prevent me from getting hurt, but they also tell me to never get out of my comfort zone. Here are a few things I am unlearning. Don't do it, it won't work. They say this to me all the time. It's like they are prophets who can see the future. Instead of letting me try to do things, they tell me to give up before trying. Don't play in the garden, you don't want to get dirty. Don't go out under the rain, you will get sick. Don't open a business, it is very tiring, expensive, and stressful. Don't apply for that job, you have done a lot already. The list is endless. Sure, some of their advice is from their own experience, and some of them are helpful. But most of the time, they give me the idea of finding reasons why I will fail, rather than telling me to find reasons why I can make it work. Unlearn? I am unlearning it by telling myself why things will work out my way. Even if the chance of success is 0.1%, I can find all the reasons why I can make it and how to make it. Money means everything. When I talk to my friends, my family, my relatives about my work, they inherently ask how much I make. Well, maybe in many countries this is not polite, but I am born and raised in a society where it is okay to ask. Instead of asking how I like the job, if I find the job interesting and challenging, they always turn to ask how much money I get from it. A good job means a job that pays well. It doesn't matter if I hate my job or the job has nothing to do with my dream. Money means everything. Money is the dream. Since I was a kid, people already told me that I had to grow up fast to work and make a lot of money. No one ever asked me who I wanted to become, what I wanted to do. As expected, I now ended up in a high-paying job that I hate. I am learning to unlearn this. I surrendered to my soul. Let my heart tell me what I really want to do with myself, and I started writing. They can do it because they are. This is an excuse they give me when they see something more successful than themselves. And this is the same excuse they use when they tell me to let go of my unrealistic dreams. That I don't have the resources and conditions they have, that it will be so hard for me to do it, so I better give up before trying. Other people have given up. Why shouldn't I? I tell myself nothing is impossible. If I really want it, I will get it. I used to think I needed to eat very little to lose weight, or I needed to go to the gym to lose weight. But after losing 10 pounds by changing my eating habits and frequently exercising from home, I know I have the ability to do anything. You have to. You must. You have to do this, you have to do that, or else you will feel miserable or you will fail. The society teaches me how to be ordinary, how to be normal, how to be like everyone else. But why do they think that is good for me? Extraordinary people are the ones who are willing to do things that no one else is willing to do. Successful people are people who dare to think differently and act differently. No, there is no such thing called have to or must. If I want to be extraordinary, I have to prepare myself to be different, even though sometimes it means being an outcast. But that is okay. I am unlearning many things in my life. I was born and raised to follow old people's wisdom. The old generations are too afraid their children would get hurt, so they build many negativity walls and keep the younger ones inside. Staying inside those walls is safe, but meaningless and boring. Life is an adventure. I choose to break through those walls and explore. I hope you enjoyed today's selection, and I hope to read to you again. I'll be reading a few times a week and would love to hear your thoughts. So leave your blueprints down via a review, and I'll catch up with you next time on Demetria Reads.